Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to the WD Broadcasting Network here on YouTube this time around. Usually you see me over on Facebook, but for this race and from a lot of races going forward, we are going to be here on the YouTube channel. So welcome to the Nashville Fairgrounds Speedway for the CATO Strong 200. We've got 22 super late models getting ready to start their qualifying run. I'm going to look at the info for today's race. CATO Strong 200 here at the Nashville Fairgrounds Speedway. Your race promoter, Connor Jones, running in tonight's race, this afternoon's race. I am your race official. I will be making the calls up in the booth. And drivers are making their qualifying run in 83-degree track temp. Kind of cool when you think about normal iRacing track temperatures. We'll see how that plays a factor in today's qualifying. And right now, we'll look at no stranger to the WD Broadcasting Network, champion in Season 1 of the Leave the Pack iRacing League Street Stock Showdown. Brandon Elvis, the driver from Myrtle Beach, South Carolina, making his qualifying run. We'll see where he stacks up. Get the tower up on the left side of our screen. A 10-minute qualifying session for these drivers. Mark Keedman, first driver to strike time. 17:91 is the time to beat. The 54 of Elvis, very sideways out of the corner that time. A 17:94 for his first lap. What can he do this second time here? A little bit of space to the wall right there into turns 3 and 4. Sorry, looks like they get 3 laps of qualifying. My mistake. Elvis going to reset in turns 3 and 4 right there and try and make this lap the money lap. He still sits in the second spot right now as he makes his way into turns 3 and 4. That bright blue 54 new paint scheme from Coleman Designs crossed the stripe a little bit sideways that time. And Elvis is going to stay in that second spot. Tanner Bethea in the 112 machine. He's making his qualifying run. White flag lap right here, currently in the third spot. What can he do? Through turns 3 and 4 for a final time. And that lap right there going to put him second quick for the 112 of Tanner Bethea. We've got 13 cars that have taken a time, a few more still left to go. On track right here, Bryson Brinkley. Kyle Terzak just went to the top of the board in the 015 machine, a 1786. 17.8 with a 6 next to it for Kyle Terzak. He's going to come to the white flag right here. What can Bryson Brinkley do on lap number 1? 10th quick for the 24 machine. As he is sideways out of turns 1 and 2, he's going to reset. As we look right here, the 15 of Kyle Terzak making his way off turns 3 and 4. Checkered flag right here is going to improve. Looks like he'll slow it down just a little bit, but a 1786 puts him top of the board with 6 minutes and 45 seconds left here in the practice session. More drivers still making qualifying runs. Chase Walls in the number 4 machine on track now. Walls, after 2 laps, currently in the 10th spot. Big sideways, and he's going to wreck it down the back straightaway. Brings it to rest, and that is going to bring his qualifying run to an end, as he will reset that car. Next up on track, another regular here on the WD Broadcasting Network. Ran most of the Leave the Pack Street Stock Showdown first season. Even ran some of the mini stock races, came close to parking that machine in victory lane. So he comes across the line right there. The white flag is out for Jeremiah Woods in the 222s, and it looks like he shuts that car down. Happy with where he is. He's in the 14th spot right now. As he brings that car to rest down the back straightaway. Braxton Deweese in the 8 machine lock that car down up off the corner. I think he's got another lap at it here. Only one driver left to make a time. Stephen Kinnard, the only driver who has not put in a lap here at the Nashville Fairgrounds Speedway. As we watch Braxton Deweese down the back straightaway, trying to put in his final qualifying run right here. As he comes through turns 3 and 4. Across the stripe right there. Deweese going to jump to the 3rd spot. So Deweese in the final qualifying lap that I think anybody is going to make puts it P3. But Kyle Terzak in the 015 machine is going to be your fast qualifier. So we've got 4 minutes left here in the qualifying session. So we've got 12 people down in the chat below. How are we doing? We've got 4 minutes left in this qualifying session before we go heat racing to determine the lineup for this 200 lap CATO Strong 200. Kyle Terzak atop the board here in qualifying. Still one driver that has not made a time, Stephen Kinnard. But have not seen him on the racetrack just yet. We'll see if he's able to pop in and get a lap time in, but we look at some of the names on the left side of your screen. A lot of those drivers we've seen before here on the WD Broadcasting Network and know the pack that they punch. Sorry, the punch that they pack. I thought about that in my head and replayed it and reset it. There we go. Brandon Elvis, a regular here on the WD Broadcasting Network. Definitely a heavy hitter, especially here in the super late model division. Picked up 6 victories last season in the All-Star Racing League super late model division. Mark Keedeman right there in the 2 machine. Blaze Brinkley right there in the 11. He went to Victory Lane a couple nights ago in the Leave the Pack iRacing League Street Stock Showdown preseason race. That video's up on the WD Broadcasting Network if you want to go back and check that one out. But folks, we're going to take a quick step away here, grab a drink of water, get settled in for this 200-lap event. But first, we've got heat race action coming up in just a few moments. So we're going to take a quick step away. I'm your host, Winston Deal, on the WD Broadcasting Network. We will be right back. Alrighty, folks, we are back here on the WD Broadcasting Network. I am your host, Winston Deal, and we are getting ready to go heat race. We are getting ready to go heat racing. That is a hard phrase to comprehend, I guess, but first we will grab a word from our fast qualifier up in the booth. Try and see if we can get Kyle Terzak. Kyle Terzak up in the broadcast booth. You got a copy?
Yes, sir.
Alrighty, well, fast qualifier here tonight for the CATO Strong 200. Gonna have a pretty good starting position in this race. Gonna be starting from the pole, I do believe. Not gonna be running the heat race, that's correct?
Yes.
Alrighty, so you're gonna be starting from the front, 200 laps. How do you plan to keep that 15 machine out front sitting pretty?
Just conserve tires. It's the name of the game right here. We got a lot of sets in the pits, so you just got to manage our time and see where our tires are going to be. Did a race run right there in practice and felt pretty good. And we got 10 locked in, and people also below that top 10 are in heat races. So we're going to see how these heat races play out and try to go get a checkered flag.
Alrighty, well, sounds like you've got a pretty good plan for tonight's race, and we wish you luck. But nonetheless, we'll let you get back to it. And yeah, thanks for talking with us.
Yep, no problem.
Alrighty, folks, that was Kyle Terzak. I apologize if you heard a little bit of an echo there. Not sure what that was all about, but regardless, we are getting ready to go. Apologize about that, folks. For some reason, iRacing voice chat was coming through. Alrighty, folks, I apologize about that. We are back, and we are ready. Had to get voice chat turned off so you guys could not hear the chatter in the race, but Bryson Brinkley and Chase Wall's going to roll us to the green here in the first heat race of the night as the pace car makes its way to the bottom side of the racetrack. As into turns 1 and 2, Chase Walls gets the jump. Ooh, up the track. Ooh, we've got trouble out back. Don't know who. I think that's Connor Hembry in the 26 machine going for a ride. You hear it right there. The caution flag is out. Not sure what happened there on the exit of the corner. But Hembry was all kinds of sideways. And that is going to put us under yellow for the first time here tonight. We'll take a look at it right here. You see the 26 right there. Just gets loose up on the top side. And nowhere for the 227 machine of Christopher Aiken to go. Oh, and there's trouble after the fact as well. Bryson Brinkley went around. We'll see what happened with that. Looked like going into the corner, Joseph West in the 15 might have went up the racetrack there. And got into the 24. A lot to sort out. We are going to be right back real quick while we get some technical difficulties sorted out behind the scenes. Do apologize, folks. Be back in one moment on the WD Broadcasting Network. Alrighty, folks, I think we're back here and we are ready to go. We've got 11 laps to go here in the first heat race of the night. And the pace car lights are off, and we are going to go back green flag racing. It's going to be Chase Walls, Robbie Taylor through the restart zone. We are underway once again at Nashville. 10 laps to go here in the first heat race. We've got, a car loose out back. Christopher Aiken in the the 227. But a battle up front. Chase Walls, Robbie Taylor side by side. 9 laps to go across the stripe that time. Looks like the outside lane trying to roll. Robbie Taylor in the 66 holding the 4 of Chase Walls tight there on the bottom side. They work their way into turns 3 and 4. 66 of Taylor the advantage. Come up off the corner that time. Still, Robbie Taylor going to lead the lap that time around. Walls still able to hold up next to him. Looks like he's got a better run out of 2 that time. Are they going to stack up into 3 and 4? Looks like Taylor going to be able to get clear into turns 3 and 4. Meanwhile, back behind him, Frankie Klein battling with Nick Smith. Smith in the 9 machine. Trying to work that outside lane like we saw Robbie Taylor do for the lead, but the 33 up the racetrack that time, going to defend that move. 6 laps to go across the stripe right here. As Robbie Taylor checks out from Chase Walls, he just set the fastest lap of the race that time. 2/10 faster than the rest of your field. So Taylor has got that 66 machine figured out. He's going to use these final couple laps as a practice session. But back behind him, we are not done sorting things out. We've got 3 cars lined up for the second spot. Walls was loose that time out of 2. Here comes Frank Klein to the inside, and we've got a caution flag. Jordan Finnegan sitting the wrong way on the front straightaway. Evasive action having to be taken right there. Whew, that was close. Robbie Taylor just about clipped to the front end of the 78 machine. We'll go ahead and get a view of what exactly happened to Jordan Finnegan. He was running by himself in the 10th spot. You look up off the corner right there. Looks like he got loose and that car just came out from underneath of him into the inside wall, knocked the front end off of it, and he was trying to get it turned back around. And the leaders were right there, decided to keep that car locked down and give them a clear space to go. And whew, you see Robbie Taylor having to take evasive action right there. We'll get that one more time on board with your race leader, Robbie Taylor. You see Taylor, this lead he had right here, going to be gone. We're going to restart him. Unless there is not green-white checkers, we'll see if this race finishes under caution. But on board with Taylor right here. Watch him through the exit of the corner. Where will he go? Swerves up the racetrack, barely room to the outside wall right there. Luckily was able to get it slowed down in time. And you see the 78 machine of Jordan Finnegan down pit road. So we will have a green-white checkered here in the B feature in the heat race. As the lights are off on the iRacing.com pace car, it's going to pull to the left down the back straightaway and into turns 3 and 4. It makes the hard left turn down pit road. The field is in the hands of Robbie Taylor and Chase Walls. They work their way through the restart zone, and we are green, and we are back underway. Finnegan in the 78 able to make it out of the pits, but up front, Taylor able to pull away. Frank Klein going to go to the inside. Walls into the outside wall down the back straightaway. That's going to open the door for Nick Smith down low in the 9 machine. Smith to the bottom. Woods thought about peeking inside right there. Thought better of it. Drew Chance going to try and work his outside in the 18 machine. Oh, we've got contact for the second spot. Frank Klein sliding into turns 3 and 4. Checkered flag gonna be out. Robbie Taylor gonna win. And everybody was shuffling for position back across the line. But Robbie Taylor gonna win the heat race. Nick Smith comes home second. Jeremiah Woods Jr. comes home third in the 222 machine. Bryson Brinkley fourth in the 24. Frank Klein comes home fifth in the 33. Then it's Drew Chance, Chase Walls, Joseph West, Christopher Aiken, Jordan Finnegan, and Connor Humbry rounding out your field. This field gonna have these guys gonna have a 10-minute warm-up session. And we're gonna take this time to grab a word from some of our competitors. And we'll see who we can't find who we can't find in the booth. So we'll see if we can get anybody up in the broadcast booth. Looks like Brandon Elvis is always available. We'll get our qualifying results up on the screen so we know where everybody ended up. Up in the broadcast booth, Brandon Elvis, you get a copy.
Hey, man.
Alrighty, well, you qualified in the 6th spot here tonight. Going to roll off P6. What do you plan on doing for this 200-lap event? What's it going to take to get that 54 machine to the front?
A lot. Man, I don't know. I'm not very comfortable in the car right now. I can't really figure out how I'm going to run it, so I'm just going to probably just save tires and just try to be there at the end, try to stay out of trouble. Hopefully there's not a lot of trouble, but with there being 5 fast repairs and 5 sets of tires, or however many it is, it's going to be hard to really separate the men from the boys on that front. But just try to stay out of trouble. That's all I can really do. Try to be there at the end.
Yeah, got to stay out of trouble. It's going to be a long 200-lap event. Assuming we may get some green flag runs, what do you got to do to keep the tires underneath that 54 machine? Me and you have been talking a lot about what it's going to take here at Nashville. We've got a couple events coming up here, this being one of them. What's it going to take today in that 54 machine to keep the speed over the course of the long run?
Yeah, just not shearing the right front too hard on entry and really keeping it underneath you on exit to keep the right rear from getting too hot. Once these right side tires get pretty hot, it's hard to recover. So just keeping them underneath you and just keeping some longevity in the race car, I think, should keep you there at the end.
Yeah, definitely got to be patient and keep the heat out of the tires. I just sent you the schedule, so you have the resource available. I'll get it up on screen so the viewers at home can see it. But we've got a new season of the Lead the Pack iRacing League, the first of the LTP Super Series. Brandon, I sent you the schedule. What race would you pick out of that bunch as your favorite and one that you have circled as a potential win?
Well, my home track, obviously, Myrtle Beach. That's the one I'll probably look forward to the most, no matter what. I'm actually not even that great there on iRacing, but I love the place. I love long races, and I love being able to save tires. That's just my kind of style. It's what I grew up doing, that kind of style racing, and that's the one I would definitely pick out that I want to win the most. Definitely
going to be a fun race, and like you said, saving tires definitely going to be present there at Myrtle Beach. It's a surface that tends to eat up those tires, and if you're able to conserve them, you have a good car at the end. And you know how it is in the Lead the Pack iRacing League. You aren't going to have a set of tires to rely on pit roads, so you're going to have your work cut out for you, Brandon. But it's going to be an exciting season. Do you think you can go back-to-back? This is kind of the continuation of the Barry Elvis Performance and Fabrication Super Series. Can you go back-to-back and win another championship in Lead the Pack?
And I don't know. As you know, we had a lot of good race cars in All-Star Racing League, and I was fortunate enough to win a good bit of the races. But man, there's Lead the Pack. It seems like the competition level is going to be even higher. So we'll see, man. You got to be on it every week.
Yeah, definitely going to have to be very consistent. There's a lot of good names, like you said, in the field. But you're a good name as well. Like you said, you won 6 races last season in the Barry Elvis Performance and Fab Super Series. So you're no stranger to victory lane. I'm sure we'll see you get it done at least one time, maybe more this season. But nonetheless, Brandon, we wish you luck in this 200-lap event here tonight at Nashville Fairgrounds and throughout the Leave the Pack season that is coming in just a couple weeks.
Yes, sir. I appreciate it. Hopefully we can be talking to you right here at the end of this race.
Yes, sir. We hope to talk to you. Maybe we'll pull you in a couple times under caution, see where you're sitting throughout the race, get the Brandon Elvis report throughout the course of this event. But nonetheless, good luck to you. Thanks for talking to us.
Thanks, buddy.
Yes, sir. Alrighty, up in the booth, that was Brandon Elvis, your champion of the Leave the Pack iRacing League Street Stock Showdown. The first ever crowned Leave the Pack iRacing League champion. Definitely something to remember as we are about to start 4 new seasons. You saw the flyer for the Super Series. Registration is still open if you're an iRacer watching this video and you're not registered for Season 2 and you'd like to. Check out Leave the Pack iRacing League on Facebook. Also check out the WD Broadcasting Network on Facebook. Home of all of your iRacing content that you'd like to see. Next up on our interview list, we're going to try and grab a word from a former Leave the Pack iRacing League winner, one of the all-time win leaders in the Mid-South iRacing Tour when I used to cover that division, if you remember that from way long ago. Get the qualifying results back up, and we will bring him up into the broadcast booth. Now I'm going to grab a word from Mark Keatman up in the broadcast booth. You get a copy?
Yes, sir.
Alrighty. Well, you qualified 4th in tonight's qualifying session. Didn't have to run that heat race. Got to sit back, relax, kind of get a taste of what the racing might be like here this evening. But nonetheless, going to roll off from the 4th position, 200 laps. How do you approach this longer super late model race?
You just got to take your time. Really, the setup is, in my opinion, a little garbage. Can't ever really get back to the throttle without almost wrecking. So you're just going to have to take it slow. And I think we get a lot of sets of tires, so that'll kind of throw a wrench into things. And I'm sure there's fast repairs too. But just got to bide your time and make sure that you're there at the end to begin with.
Yeah, you definitely have to finish the race in order to get a good finish. That's a good point to keep in mind. It's going to be a long 200-lap race. How do you plan on keeping your mind focused, keeping the bigger picture in mind, keep that car there at the end and not over-push the car at certain moments in this race?
You just got to be aware of where you're at on the track and who's around you. Really, me personally, if somebody's faster than me, I'm not going to try to hold them up early on in the race. I'll just let them go and fall in line where I can get. And towards the end of the race, I'm sure we're gonna ramp up the aggression a little bit. We can't just give those spots away. So just got to be mindful of everything. And like I said, you just got to make sure that you're there at the end.
Yeah, like you said right there, the aggression level definitely goes up throughout the course of the race. You're no stranger to these big super late model events. You've actually got one coming up here in just under a month. The 2024 Asphalt World Championship at the Concord Speedway. You're promoting that Saturday night, November 23rd, right here on the WD Broadcasting Network. How excited are you to be behind that race and, seeing it come to life here within the next month?
I'm super excited for it. We still got plenty of spots open for entries. If anybody wants to join that race, just message me directly on Facebook, Mark Keatman Jr., or get up with me or Winston here, and we'll get you an invite to the Discord so you can get registered or everything. But it'll be honestly a really awesome race. It's based off a real race or races that were ran at Concord Speedway back in the early 2000s. I think it'll be a really great event if we can get the car counts up. But I'm excited for it. I'm going to be running in it. We're going to have live officials. So just like everybody else, I've got to make the show and, make sure that I finish the race. And there's 250 laps for a $250 payday. So I'm sure if that doesn't get people excited to race this, I don't know what will.
Yeah, big payday definitely brings big names. We've seen that time and time again. A decent payday brought some pretty big names like yourself here tonight, and some other big events that are coming up in the future. I just sent you the schedule so you have the resource freshly available. But the Leave the Pack Super Series coming up here in just a couple weeks. First week we're at Kern County, but 13 races this season, Mark. What one are you circling in particular? What one is going to be the race that Mark Keatman is potentially going to dominate?
I see Myrtle Beach and Nashville on there. Langley, I'm sure you've seen in the Mid-South Series, I was pretty dominant there in the Super. So there's quite a few on that schedule that I've seen that I'm excited to try my hand at, and hopefully, go out there, win some money, and be the champion at the end of that series.
Yeah, it would definitely be pretty cool to see a Mark Keatman championship. You've done it a couple times in the Mid-South League. Can you do it here in the Leave the Pack Super Series coming up this season? We're going to find out in a couple weeks, or I guess a couple months. It's a pretty long season, but nonetheless, Mark, you guys are getting ready to go. Feature racing here, 200 laps at the Nashville Fairgrounds Speedway. You're going to roll off in that 4th spot. Good luck to you. Hopefully we can talk to you post-race.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Yes, sir. Alrighty, that was Mark Keatman Jr., driver of the number 2 machine. And right now, folks, we are getting ready to go 200 laps of super late model racing. 200 laps coming up for us. We'll get the grid up on screen here momentarily. And it will be the 90 machine of Ken Zeems. The invert was a 7. So Kyle Terzak, the 15 machine, drew a 7. He'll roll off in that 7th position. Your fast qualifier here tonight. But that will put Ken Zeems and Brandon Elvis, who we talked to in this warm-up session. That will put him on the front row in the 54. Row number 2 going to be Tanner Bethea in the 112. With the other guy that we just talked to, Mark Keatman, in the 2 machine to his outside. Row number 3 going to be Braxton Deweese in the number 8 machine. He'll start 5th next to the number 11 of Blaze Brinkley. Row number 4 going to be Kyle Terzak, your fast qualifier, into the 15. He'll roll off next to the 51 of Jordan Corrin. Connor Jones in the 88 machine going to roll off 9th, the promoter of this event. He'll start next to the 60 machine of Matt Zaccardo in the 10th spot. Winner of heat number 1, Robbie Taylor, he'll start 11th with Nick Smith to his outside in row number 6. Back behind them, it's going to be Jeremiah Woods Jr. in the 222 machine. Rolling off 13th next to Bryson Brinkley in the 24, starting 14th. Drew Chance going to roll off 15th in the 18 machine. And then it's Frank Klein, Captain Caveman, I guess, in the 16th spot. Then Chase Walls going to roll off 17th in the 4 machine. Joseph West, 18th in the 15. Christopher Aiken, 19th in the 227. Jordan Finnegan, 78 machine, going to roll off 20th. Connor Hembry going to roll off 21st. And shotgun on the field, it's going to be Stephen Kennard in the 13 machine. But that is your field, your starting lineup for the CATO Strong 200 here at the Nashville Fairgrounds Speedway. Ken Zeems, Brandon Elvis lined up behind the iRacing.com pace car. The field has gotten the 1-to-go signal. Folks, now is the time. Put in the chat below who are you cheering for, who's your pick to win. Pace car is off, and we are getting ready to go. Green flag racing. It's in the hands of Ken Zeems and Brandon Elvis, and we are underway. Not a good restart right there, or not a good start for Ken Zeems in the 90 machine, but he's going to go to the 3rd spot. Brandon Elvis, your race leader down the back straightaway on lap number 1. Your pole sitter going to have to battle with Blaze Brinkley in the 11 machine. Leader of lap number 1 going to be Brandon Elvis. We'll get the timing and scoring up on the left side of your screen. As your top 3 are single filed. Contact for the 4th spot. Ken Zeems got into the left side of Tanner Bethea. Bethea got up into the outside wall. We've got a battle going on early. Mark Keatman right there behind Brandon Elvis, not letting him get away just yet. Battle still on for that 3rd spot. You see Tanner Bethea down low, and the caution flag flies. And the 33 of Frank Klein is around on the back straightaway. Klein goes around in the 33 machine. Looks like there's no damage on that race car, and he is able to continue. We're going to go ahead and see what exactly happened to put us under caution for a first time here tonight. Look from up above right here. He was running by himself in the 13th spot. Looked like just got loose over the bumps. It looks like the 33 of Klein did not get into the inside wall right there. Going to keep that car pointed in the right direction, but will have one strike against him throughout the course of the race. These guys only get 2 strikes. So not good to put your name down on that list early, but nonetheless going to be under caution. Christopher Allen down pit road in the 227 machine. Right side's going up on that car. Maybe trying to jump some of the strategy. But your race leader is going to be Brandon Elvis in the 54 machine. He got a great start. Ken Zeems did not get a good start on that initial launch. He's rolling in the 5th spot right now. Blaze Brinkley, your biggest mover so far. He started in that 6th position, wasted no time, and he was up battling for that race lead before the caution flag came out. So this is definitely going to be an exciting race. I see your top 10 all have quite a bit of speed. And there's a lot of speed throughout the field as well, so we are in store for an action-packed 200 laps. As Brandon Elvis leads the field. He mentioned he was excited for Myrtle Beach in the Leave the Pack Super Series. Nashville Fairgrounds, we race there in the Leave the Pack Super Series. In fact, we actually have an all-star race night at Nashville Fairgrounds. Going to have twin 50s. Field gets inverted at the halfway point of the night. But that Super Division going to be one to look out for. A premier division on iRacing. $10 to enter, that's it. $10 to the winner of each race. The champion will get $100 at the season's end. The rest of the top 5 get a points payout as well. But before then, we've got the CATO Strong 200. The pace car is off, and we are almost back underway. Brandon Elvis through the restart zone goes nice and early from the top lane, and we are underway once again at Nashville. Turns 1 and 2, battles on for the 3rd position. Tanner Bethea trying to roll that outside lane in the 112 machine. Meanwhile, Blaze Brinkley has other plans. He gets up into the 3rd spot. Look back, Kyle Terzak trying to make moves in the 15, and oh, we've got contact. Your field, big one happening in turns 1 and 2. Not sure what happened there, but Mark Keatman around, Brandon Elvis around. He went for a slide, not sure what exactly happened, but a huge mess in turns 1 and 2. We'll go back and look at that caution flag. Caution is out for a 2nd time here tonight. We'll look at what exactly happened. Oh, and I think the 54 just got up into the outside wall, and there was nowhere for Keatman or Brinkley and Ken Zeems to go. Brandon Elvis, unfortunate, was out front. Got a great restart right there, too. Just got a little bit too much on the exit of 4 right there and got into the outside wall. We'll go on board with the 54 machine. As he came up out of the corner right there, big hits all around. Luckily, these guys get a couple fast repairs, and they're able to continue on in the event of a situation like this, but you lose all of that track position. You can see it right there. Elvis down pit road, going to get some right side tires. He is going to be going to the rear of the field. Under caution for the 2nd time here this evening. That will hand the lead over to Tanner Bethea into the 112 machine. Jordan Corin sits in the second spot. Kyle Turzak, your fast qualifier, up into the third position already. He was able to maneuver his way around that accident. But Tanner Bethea in the 112. We'll see what lane he elects to choose right here. We'll see if we get the one to go next time by, but regardless, under caution for the second time here this evening. Brandon Elvis, the 54 right there. You see him at the end of the line. We've still got 19 cars on the lead lap. Keedeman in the 2 machine able to continue after that one as well. Zeems, all those guys came down pit road. Blaze Brinkley in the 11 machine as well. All going to get some fresh race cars after that first incident. But the field has began to double up, and we are about to go back green flag racing. So far, 2 caution flags. We are 14 laps in. As the field works their way into turns 3 and 4, the pace car is off, and it's in the hands of Tanner Bethea and Jordan Corin. The 112 works its way into the restart zone, and we are back underway. Corin did not get a good restart right there, and the yellow flag is already back out. Something happened out back. Ken Zeems behind Jordan Finnegan around in the 78 machine. Not sure what happened, but that restart right there was a little bit of trouble for some of the back of the pack. We'll see if we can't figure out the issue here. Looked like there was a stack up right there, and I don't think the 78 machine quite got going. Looks like the 11 of Blaze Brinkley got around him. Or got into the back of him, I should say. Let's see if we can't watch from Brinkley's perspective. This is the restart on board with the 11 machine. Yeah, it just looks like he got into the back of him. Unfortunate. We'll watch it one more time before we make the official decision. On board with the 78 of Finnegan. Don't know if he got into the gas right there. Just sounded like he did not get going. Not sure what exactly happened. But nonetheless, the caution flag going to be out for a 3rd time here tonight. After that one, both those drivers going to be going to the back of the pack after being involved in contact. But still up front, Bethea pointing in the right direction. Braxton DeWeese going to be scored in the 2nd spot, I do believe. Jordan Corin did not get a good restart right there in the 54. It looks like he was kind of hanging back on the bottom side. Just not sure if he was trying to time it or trying to leave that position open for the 112, but nonetheless, he will be scored in the 3rd spot right now. As the field gets the 1 to go signal, they double up behind the iRacing.com pace car. Is in the hands of Tanner Bethea and Braxton DeWeese as we work our way into turns 3 and 4. Pace car is off. They're going to work their way into the restart zone, and we are back underway. Green flag is back out here at the Nashville Fairgrounds Speedway. Down into turns 1 and 2. Looks like we're going to make it clean in green. Ooh, a lot of sideways moments up out of the corner right there. Looks like your leader, Tanner Bethea, might be experiencing some connection issues. But he is out to a 2-3 car length advantage. Braxton DeWeese and Connor Jones right here battling for that second spot. They work down the back straightaway. Jordan Corrin clears down to the bottom side. He's going to try and sneak under Connor Jones as well. Zoo, Nick Smith around down the front straightaway. And that is going to bring out the caution flag. You saw him sideways on the bottom of your screen. Caution flag comes back out once again. We'll see if that was just cold tires or what. As we'll watch one more time. Smith in the 9 machine right there behind Robbie Taylor. Heat race winner. Up off the corner. Looks like he just got a little bit sideways. Lost that car up off the corner. But not too much damage on that car. Able to drive it back to the pits. The field back under yellow for a 4th time here this evening. Tanner Bethea, your race leader right now. Just trying to keep that car out front and in the right direction. He's got clean track position, and with the amount of restarts we've been getting, he's had a lot of time to keep those tires cool. Not having to put a lot on those, or not having to put a lot of pressure on those. A couple more drivers coming down pit road. Bryson Brinkley, Blaze Brinkley was down pit road that time. Nick Smith coming down pit road as well. So the field gets the 1 to go signal right there. The green flag going to come back out. As we work our way down the back straightaway, once again it'll be Tanner Bethea, Braxton DeWeese leading the field to the green. We head into turns 3 and 4. The pace car is off. Bethea and the 8 of DeWeese through the restart zone. We're back underway. The green is back out, and the caution is back out already. Not sure what happened out back. Jordan Finnegan and Christopher Aiken. Nick Smith might have been involved as well. And here is the restart. Looks like the 78 machine got up into the outside wall. I think stacked them up on the start. We'll watch the green one more time. And the 78 machine into the outside wall and goes around. So we are under caution for a 5th time already. 28 laps into this one. Hopefully these guys can figure it out and get some green flag laps in. But Tanner Bethea continues to set the way. The field, I believe, gets the 1 to go signal right here. We're going to be sending them back green single file so we can hopefully get a green flag restart in here and stay green. Get a good run for these drivers, but nonetheless, Tanner Bethea, Braxton DeWeese, Connor Jones, Jordan Corrin, Your top 4 going to line them up in turns 3 and 4. They work their way down into the restart zone, and we are back underway once again. Green flag is back out. Jordan Corrin trying to peek to the inside of Connor Jones. Down the back straightaway we go. And around down the back straightaway once again. Another caution flag. Walls in the 4 machine, I think, is around right there. There was contact. You see the 15 of Joseph West also involved. And we're going to take a quick step away here on the WD Broadcasting Network. We'll be right back in just one moment. So we are 31 laps in here at the CATO Strong 200. The field back in the hands of Tanner Bethea, Braxton Deweese. We are going to go back green flag racing once again here in the CATO Strong 200. 34 laps in when we come around this time, 164 laps to go. Good start there for Bethea in the 112. Everybody down into turns 1 and 2. Hopefully clean and green as we head down the back straightaway. Bethea, your leader. Deweese in second. Connor Jones running in the 3rd spot right there. We'll see if these guys can try and get settled in. Here comes Kyle Terzak to the bottom side of Robbie Taylor, your heat race winner. Terzak in the 6th spot right now, trying to move up into the top 5. As he gets around right there. Jeremiah Woods fighting for position with Drew Chance. Elvis just got by in the 54. So we've got a battle right here for the 4th spot. Ooh, contact Corrin across the racetrack. Everybody checking up. Nearly contact going into the corner again. Jordan Corrin went up the racetrack and got into the left side of the 15 of Kyle Terzak. It looks like the 88 of Connor Jones is missing that front bumper. Not sure what happened, what kind of contact it was made there, but obviously enough to knock that front bumper off the 88 machine as we have a battle right here for that 3rd position. Terzak got a strong run up off the corner that time, going to make that bottom side work through the center of turns 3 and 4. We are 40 laps in. Jones going to hold the 15 machine tight. Up the racetrack he goes a little bit. And give the 3rd spot to your pole sitter, Kyle Terzak. Jones in the 88 going to fall back to 4th. Jordan Corrin right there. Robbie Taylor, your heat race winner, running in the 7th spot right now. Mark Keedeman was involved in that one of those first incidents with Brandon Elvis. As contact, Jones up the racetrack. And that is going to bring out the caution flag. Connor Jones went up the racetrack in the 88 machine. And he got into that outside wall. We'll see what happened. So we'll get one more view right here. Up off the exit of the corner. I think the 51 just got into the backside of Connor Jones and a wicked impact into the outside wall. Try and get it one more time on board with Jordan Corrin. Was there contact? I don't know. There might not have been contact right there. We're going to try and get a better angle of this one. A lot of drivers starting to make their way down pit road. Or maybe another set of tires or a fast repair. Not quite sure what the case is right here, but we'll try and get this one from up above if we can. Might need it a little bit closer than that, but I'm going to try and get a good enough angle of this one to determine if there was actually contact. Not really sure if there was. I believe the 851 machine of Jordan Corrin is going to be going to the back after that one. We'll get a look from one more final look. Yeah, just the slightest bit of contact sent that car around. And around he went. But Jordan Corrin did come down pit road and did elect to go to the back of the pack after that one, so we're going to leave it how it is. I don't know if there was any contact. Still debating with myself whether or not there was contact right there. It was very close between the two. Connor Jones up into the outside wall. We are under caution for a 7th time here this evening. Tanner Bethea, your race leader, approaching the lap 50 mark. The field gets the 1 to go signal. We're going to double them back up and try and see if we can't get some good green flag racing in here. 47 laps in when we get back. 152 laps to go. As Tanner Bethea, Braxton Deweese lead us through the restart zone, and we are back underway here at Nashville Fairgrounds Speedway. Look at Mark Keedeman in the 2 machine working his way down the back straightaway on that outside lane, trying to take over the 2nd spot. Brandon Elvis, Kyle Terzak right there as well. Elvis got way up off the corner right there, lost a couple positions in the 54. But Mark Keedeman in the 2 machine trying to make that car work on the outside lane. He's able to roll the momentum. And Braxton Deweese staying to the bottom side right now. 50 laps in right here, 50 laps in at the line. Tanner Bethea comes across the stripe with a 3-car length advantage. Mark Keteman trying to just hold that car steady. Don't really want to apply too much pressure at this point in the race. That race lead, not the most important thing. You're just trying to get laps logged to get to that later stage in the race. We'll see if anybody is willing to battle here, though. Brandon Elvis right there in the 7th spot. We saw him have some trouble on that restart, got up the racetrack and had to give up some positions. He was battling right there with Kyle Terzak and Robbie Taylor. Right now just chilling out in that 7th position. Ooh, contact up in front of him. We got a good view of it right there. I think the 66 got up into the outside wall. That's going to allow Blaze Brinkley to slip by Robbie Taylor, move Brinkley up into the top 5. As out back, Jordan Corrin gets around the 15 of Joseph West. West with a little bit of damage on the front end of that race car. We saw him in an accident earlier on. But out front, it's still Tanner Bethea, your race leader. He's got Mark Keteman on his back bumper the last time by. Keteman was just a little bit quicker in the 2 machine. Don't look now, but there's a battle going on for the 3rd spot. Ooh, and the caution flag is out. Connor Jones, Bryson Brinkley, and Ken Zeems tangled up in turns 1 and 2. Not sure what happened right there, but Brinkley crashed in the 24. One more look at it right here. It looked like the 88 machine of Connor Jones just got up into the outside wall, and Brinkley was in the gas, nowhere for him to go in the 24 machine. That's going to put us under caution once again. We've got a lot of takers on pit road this time. A lot of drivers electing to come down pit road. Right side's going up on your race leaders. Tanner Bethea going to come out with the lead right there. Mark Keteman, Kyle Terzak, Brandon Elvis in the 54. Getting left sides on that race car. Going to put 4 tires on the 54 machine this pit stop. One of the drivers to not come down pit road right here. He'll take over the race lead. Blaze Brinkley right there in the 11. He's going to inherit the race lead right there after Bethea and Keteman came down pit road. Frank Klein going to roll off in the 2nd spot on this restart. Joseph West, 3rd. Only 2 drivers that have not came down pit road this entire race. Frank Klein, Joseph West. 60 laps in right now. I don't think you're going to have to worry about fuel throughout the course of the race. You should be able to get a caution flag and get some fuel in the car, but nonetheless, the field gonna get the 1 to go signal right here. We're going to double up in turns 1 and 2. We are 60 laps in at the Nashville Fairgrounds Speedway. It'll be in the hands of Blaze Brinkley, your 3rd different leader here tonight. As Brinkley and Klein make us through turns 3 and 4. Green flag is back out. Ooh, contact back behind. And the big one on the restart. A lot of drivers involved. Another caution flag strikes quickly here. And not even sure what happened. As we look right there on the restart. Looked like the 78 machine, I think, got up the racetrack and into the outside of... Not quite sure which driver it was. He got into the outside of right there, but into the outside of someone. And that is what caused that one. We'll get one more look at it right here. From up above. Yeah, up on the outside of Tanner Bethea. And that is going to put us under caution once again for a 9th time. A lot of caution flags here tonight at the Nashville Fairgrounds Speedway. So under yellow once again. Blaze Brinkley, your race leader. Folks, remember, got Season 1 of the Leave the Pack Super Series coming up here in just a couple weeks. We open up the season at the Kern County Raceway Park. We've got 2 races of preseason. One of those already completed at the Five Flags Speedway. This week we're going to Hickory on Wednesday night. You can catch the replay right here on the WD Broadcasting Network YouTube channel. But once again, the lights are off on the iRacing.com pace car. We're going to send this field back to green flag racing once again. We have 65 laps in, 135 laps to go. Blaze Brinkley, Frank Klein going to lead us through the restart zone, and we are back underway here at Nashville. Into turns 1 and 2, Brinkley going to take the early advantage. Look at Jeremiah Woods. Ooh, Taylor up on the outside wall. Big stack up down the back straightaway. I think everybody's able to keep it in the right direction, but a huge stack up on the backstretch. Taylor got up on the outside wall. And a lot of guys were able to get around him right there. Look at Kyle Turzak to the bottom side of Joseph West in the 15. The battle of the 15 machines. Look at Turzak on the bottom side of the racetrack right there, getting that run up off. He's going to sneak by and inherit the 4th position right there. Look at Chase Walls trying to take advantage as well. Turzak going forward. Remember, he got those fresh tires back on lap 57. 10 laps later, he is working his way past Jeremiah Woods Jr. in the 222 machine, trying to take over that 3rd spot. Remember, Brinkley did not come down that last time everybody came down in the pits. He's got a 1-second advantage across the stripe that time. As Woods in the 222 machine on the outside lane. Losing a little bit of ground right here. West on the bottom side in the 15. Trying to make his way past. Here comes Brandon Elvis in the 54 as well. Still under green right here. Jeremiah Woods way up the racetrack that time. Elvis going to be able to get by as well. Move Woods back to 7th. Matt Zaccardo surrenders the position to Connor Jones right there. Jones back up inside the top 10 in the 88 machine. They're both trying to go forward. Jones on the back bumper of Woods in the 222s. Azoo contact back behind. Bethea got in the back bumper of Bryson Brinkley right there. Look at Mark Keteman in the 2 machine, down a couple laps. Not quite sure what happened to Keteman in the 2. Could have been involved in that pileup on that previous restart. And oh, we've got a crash in turns 3 and 4. I think everybody's able to keep it going. And I think Bryson Brinkley and Matt Zaccardo might have had some contact right there. They're both well behind the pack now. Contact between the two, but we keep it green. Kyle Terzak right now, approaching the 33 of Frank Klein, flying up the racetrack. Terzak trying to take over that second position. Remember, he was your fast qualifier here tonight. Had to start in that 7th spot up to the 6th position as of right now. Or sorry, 2nd position. Move Kyle Terzak into the 2nd spot. Oh, and we've got Frank Klein and Chase Walls around behind him. Walls in the 4 and Klein in the 33 machine. Made contact right there. Not sure if there was... or I think the 33 machine got to the outside wall. Not sure if there was contact before or after the fact. This is the view from a couple laps prior. And we'll see what exactly happened. We'll try and get this in a good view first try. You see the two battling right there. This was for the 4th spot. Looks like the 33 just got up into the outside wall, nowhere for the 4 to go. He was in the throttle as well. Both those drivers down pit road. And the caution is back out for the 10th time here tonight. Blaze Brinkley is your leader, 80 laps in. So with the caution back out, we've got 80 laps in right here, 120 to go. Blaze Brinkley, your leader. We're approaching the halfway point in this one. We've had 10 caution flags, 80 laps in right here. Just have not been able to get these guys spread out and in the right direction. As the field works their way into turns 3 and 4. Look at Joseph West in the 15 machine. Sorry, the purple 15 machine. He runs in the 3rd spot right now. He started 18th in this field. We saw him in the heat race earlier on this evening. Currently running in the 3rd spot. 82 laps into this one. Has not came down pit road yet. So he could be starting to get a little close on fuel, but we'll keep an eye on that throughout this run. Hopefully we can get some green flag laps in right here. We will see. As into turns 3 and 4, Blaze Brinkley and Kyle Terzak going to lead us to the green. We've got 118 laps to go. 82 laps in. We are underway once again at the Nashville Fairgrounds Speedway. A good restart for Blaze Brinkley. He's able to get clear into turns 1 and 2, but here comes Kyle Terzak, not too far behind down the back straightaway. Look at Brandon Elvis making that outside lane work. He's going to try and take the third spot right here. As Tanner Bethea in the 112 still trying to get that machine back up to the front. As look at Woods in the 222 machine sideways. We're 3 wide right there in turns 1 and 2. Woods was sideways in the 222 machine. We're still 3 wide out behind. Chase Walls, Bryson Brinkley battling right there. He's back behind Connor Jones to the inside of Nick Smith. Drew Chance trying to make a run as well in the 18 machine. Chance up inside the top 7. Back behind Mark Keedeman 1 lap down. The first car 1 lap down, so he's trying to get the lucky dog right here, but just saving that race car. Knows that he has to get a lucky dog before he can get back on the lead lap, and he's not really racing for position right now, just trying to take it easy in that 2 machine and have some car left at the end. Brandon Elvis in the 3rd spot. He was involved in an incident on lap number 10 that took the lead away from him. He got to the outside wall a little bit. Let's look at Jordan Corrin move around Robbie Taylor back up inside the top 10. Bryson Brinkley trying to get around Jeremiah Woods in the 222 machine. Woods fighting strong on the top side. Up in front of them, Jordan Corrin continuing to try and get that 51 machine to go forward. As contact into turns 1 and 2 right there. Nick Smith way up the racetrack. Big save, though. Able to keep that car pointed in the right direction. Going to lose some positions in the 9 machine. But there was contact right there. Robbie Taylor in the 66 machine sideways. We've got a mess out back. We keep it green, though. Everybody was able to keep their car pointed in the right direction. On screen right there, look at Jordan Corrin trying to move forward. Thought about the outside right there on Chase Walls. Try and cross back over and look to the inside. Meanwhile, up in front of them, Braxton Deweese to the inside of Connor Jones. Jones holding them very tight on the bottom side. Deweese trying to diamond that corner, pushes up a little bit through the center and gets the run off the corner. Deweese down low, over the bumps right there, very close to the 2. Jones able to get the run down the back straightaway, but he gets into the wall a little bit. That's going to allow Deweese to peek back ahead. Deweese had it at the line that time. That's going to bring Chase Walls in the 4 machine just a little bit closer. As, Jones, big time moment right there up off the corner. Jones was loose, came down the track and got to the 8 machine of Braxton Deweese. And Deweese is going to get by. Jones going to fall back behind Walls in the 4 machine. Jones now in the 9th spot in the 88. So a lot of guys starting to shuffle position. A little bit of the heat in the tires starting to show. As Deweese up the racetrack a little bit, he's going to move by and let the 4 machine of Chase Walls take over that 7th position. As up in front of him, battle's starting to heat up for this 3rd spot. Tanner Bethea in the 112 starting to paint that back bumper of Brandon Elvis in the 54. Elvis right there trying to hold that 3rd spot up on the top side of the racetrack through the center of the corner. As we work down the back straightaway, 98 coming to 99 laps or 99 laps in for Blaze Brinkley. As we still watch the battle for the 3rd spot right there. Tanner Bethea all over the back bumper of Brandon Elvis. Buffet going to think about the inside right here. Not quite able to do so. Is Elvis loose up off the corner? Buffet way loose off the corner. He's going to lose a lot of ground right there. Luckily, nobody was there to take the position. That time by halfway in, halfway home. The cross flags for Blaze Brinkley. He is your race leader at the lap 100 mark in the CATO Strong 200. Brinkley doing what he needs to do. Running a little bit faster than Kyle Terzak in the second spot right now. Terzak's about 0.8 of a second behind. Just trying to keep these cars pointed in the right direction. Let's look at Chase Walls. He's made a charge forward. He's up to the back bumper of Tanner Bethea and actually to the inside of the 112 machine. Walls down low, trying to take over the 4th spot. He's going to get by. Back behind them, Braxton Deweese moves into the 6th spot around Joseph West. Jordan Corrin trying to go to the inside of Connor Jones. Door got shut up off the corner right there. Another peek to the inside for Corrin right here. Jordan Corrin trying to sneak back into the 8th position. Jones way up the racetrack, making that outside lane work. Using up that banking on the outside of turns 3 and 4. Oh, and there's contact between the two. Corrin gonna slide. He'll keep it going, but he's going to lose many positions back to the 12th spot. As that battle resolves itself and the caution flag flies. Not sure what happened there. Maybe Robbie Taylor had some trouble. I'm not sure what the exact cause of the yellow was right there. Trying to figure that out. But nonetheless, under caution after that good stretch of green flag runs right there. But as we go back to the caution flag, a lot of drivers coming down pit road. There are the takers. Your race leader, Blaze Brinkley, coming down. Gonna get some right side tires right there. We'll see if anybody elects to take 4. But everybody coming down. Kyle Terzak gonna take over the race lead. Brandon Elvis gonna come out of the pit second. Blaze Brinkley in the 11 machine comes out third. Tanner Bethea gonna pick the 4th spot back up. But 3 cars did stay out. Robbie Taylor, Mark Keatman, and Chase Walls. Taylor and Keatman going to bring it down this time by. But Walls will be your race leader. We're 109 laps in here at the CATO Strong 200. We're going to be right back in just one moment here at Nashville. I'm your host, Winston Deal. Be right back in just a moment. Alrighty, folks, the field is back behind the iRacing.com pace car. Gonna get ready to send them back green flag racing. As it will be Chase Walls, Kyle Terzak, your front two. As Walls did not pit, the rest of the field came down pit road this last caution flag. So it'll be Walls and Terzak through the restart zone. Good start there for Walls. He's going to take the early lead into turns 1 and 2, but here comes Blaze Brinkley. As, caution out back, maybe. A lot of cars scrambling around, and Ken Zeems is going to go around. Zeems in the 90 machine goes around. Not sure what exactly happened, but we'll get another perspective of it right here. I think there was just contact right there on the bottom, but a lot of cars sideways through the center of the corner. We're going to look from up above to see if we can't get a very good view. We're watching the 90 of Ken Zeems right there. We'll see what happens to him first. He gets loose and then gets into... Yeah, it looked like just a lot of cars sideways off the corner. And a big stack up off the corner that time, but nonetheless under yellow once again. 12 caution flags here this evening. Couple drivers electing to come down pit road. We still have 14 cars on the lead lap. One of those is Mark Keteman in the 2 machine. He's back on the lead lap after some of these caution flags. Chase Walls, your leader, he was able to get a pretty good restart despite not having new tires. And he holds that track position in the lead right now. 116 laps on the left side of our screen. We've still got 16 people in the chat below. Thank you guys for tuning in to this point. We've still got 85 laps left of green flag action. Hopefully, green flag action, I should say. 12 cautions so far. We'll see if we get any more. My guess is going to be yes. Your guess is as good as mine. But Chase Walls, Blaze Brinkley going to lead our field into turns 3 and 4. It'll be in the hands of the 4 machine into the iRacing restart zone, and we are back underway. Walls got a good restart there once again, able to get down in front of Blaze Brinkley into turns 1 and 2, but here comes Brandon Elvis on the top side in the 54. Ooh, the 4 of Walls into the outside wall. Everybody behind had to take evasive action and not get into the back bumper of the 4 machine. And here comes Blaze Brinkley trying to take that race lead back. Meanwhile, Kyle Terzak underneath 3 wide and into the 54 of Brandon Elvis. And Elvis is going to go around. Elvis around in the 54. Walls as well. But Kyle Terzak sent it in there 3 wide on the bottom side, and I think there was contact between the two. But the caution is back out for a 13th time. Let's take one more look at what exactly happened. You see the 54 or the 15 go down in there, and I think he got into the left side door of the 54. And we'll watch this one more time. You see the field going down the back straightaway. Or sorry, into turns 3 and 4. Down the front stretch right here, the 15 makes a late move, and up the racetrack he goes. That puts us under yellow for the first time here this evening. 13 caution flags. Believe I misspoke right there. Kyle Terzak going to bring that 15 machine down pit road. Elvis in the 54 machine also came down pit road. Ken Zeems as well in the 90. All the drivers coming down pit road under this caution flag. Blaze Brinkley, your race leader. After Walls and Elvis were involved with that contact with Kyle Terzak. Terzak back out of the pits and ready to go back racing. As it'll be Blaze Brinkley and Tanner Bethay leading us back to the green. Brinkley has led quite a few laps in this race. Bided his time when he was back in the pack, and he is now back up at the front of the field. As they work their way into turns 3 and 4, the pace car is off. It is in the hands of the 11 machine. As through the restart zone, we are back underway once again here at Nashville Fairgrounds. Into turns 1 and 2, Brinkley able to get the lead. Down the back straightaway we go. Battle is on for the third spot. Connor Jones trying to hold that position in the 88 machine. Here comes Braxton Deweese on the bottom side. Deweese down low, going to get the advantage across the line that time. Look at Mark Keatman in the 2, trying to sneak his way back up inside the top 5. He was a lap down earlier on. He's back on the lead lap, trying to fight for the top 5. As Robbie Taylor sneaks underneath the 88 of Connor Jones. Jones still hanging it out on the outside. Deweese not quite clear. Here comes Taylor to the inside. Taylor up the racetrack a little bit. Those two nearly make contact. Jones gonna sneak to the backside of him. But here comes Mark Keedeman. A little bit of contact there between those two. Keedeman back inside the top 5 as he sneaks by the 88 machine of Connor Jones right there. Jones back to the sixth spot. We'll get Brandon Elvis underneath Jeremiah Woods in the 222 machine. Move him back up inside the top 10. Currently in the 9th position. Ooh, Chase Walls in the 4 machine going around on the back straightaway. Walls in the 4 machine down the backstretch right there. Think he got underneath the 15 of Kyle Terzak, and around he went. Yeah, it looked like there was just contact between the two. We'll get one more look at that. Watching the 4 machine right here. I think there was just contact between the two, kind of met in the middle. The bumps are a really tough part of the track to negotiate right there. And that puts us under caution for a 14th time. 14 cautions, and we are only 129 laps in. Not very good. Not a very good way to begin this race. We've still got 70 laps to go, so hopefully we can see some good racing action. But a lot of caution so far. As we are under caution once again, Blaze Brinkley, your race leader right now. And as I mentioned before, he has led a lot of laps in this race, and doing that, he's not had to put too much pressure on his tires. As we have 70 laps to go, going to be sending him back to green with 69 laps to go. Blaze Brinkley is your leader. Tanner Bethea going to be in the second spot. Braxton Deweese third. Robbie Taylor fourth. The pace car is off. We're going to go back to another restart through the restart zone. We are underway. Down into turns 1 and 2. Bethea trying to drive it in on the outside. Not going to be able to get there, but he's going to try and cross over. Battle for the race lead down the back straightaway. Bethea to the bottom side of the racetrack. Ooh, contact there for the race lead. New leader out of the corner going to be Tanner Bethea in the 112 machine. We'll see if Brinkley is happy about that contact. You saw the 112 send it in on the bottom side, and there was a little bit of jostling for position right there. But Brinkley going to be back to the second spot for now. Keedeman in the 2 machine trying to work his way up into the 4th spot. He's got Robbie Taylor, your heat race winner, to his outside right now. Keedeman on the bottom. Oh, contact! Taylor into the back bumper of the 2, and the 2 is around, sliding on the back stretch. Brandon Elvis in the 54 checking up right there. And that brings us under yellow once again. Under caution once again. You saw Robbie Taylor and Mark Keatman make contact up off the corner right there. I think the 66 machine got loose and came down the racetrack. We'll see what happened one more time. This is down the front straightaway. Try and get the best view that we can between the 2 cars. Yeah, it looks like the 66 definitely got loose right there. And that'll put us under yellow once again. That is number 15. 15 cautions so far in this one. Let's go ahead and grab a word from the guy running in the 6th spot right now. See if we can't see what Brandon Elvis is thinking about. Alrighty, Brandon Elvis up in the booth. We are 137 laps in. At one point, you were in the front of this race. Made a little bit of a mistake, got up in the outside wall, got a fast repair. And the 54 machine has kind of been all over the place here tonight. Had to check up for that incident down the back straightaway. Running in the 6th spot. What can you do to keep this car clean and there at the end?
I don't know, man. Try to stay out of the wrecks, I guess. Everything happened so fast, but yeah, that lap early in the race, that was stupid. I barely got in a wall, and it just sucked me in the wall. Keeterman having nowhere to go, and you know how that stuff goes. And then back to the front, back to the front, back to the front again. Maybe we can stay up here.
Yeah, hopefully you can keep that 54 machine out of any more trouble and have a shot at it. There's a couple guys that have been consistent in this race. Blaze Brinkley, who just came down pit road, got some fresh tires. Tanner Bethea, he's also been really good. Mark Keedeman, what can you do to keep those guys at bay in these next 60 laps?
Yeah, man, maybe nothing stupid happens like when the 015 decided to take us 3 wide going in the corner. That was kind of bonehead. Maybe nothing like that happens anymore.
Yeah, hopefully there's no more forced 3 wide situations that you have to take evasive action for, but nonetheless, the lights are back on the iRacing.com pace car. Going to let you get back dialed in and let you enjoy these next 60 laps.
Thanks, Winston. Appreciate it.
Yes, sir. Alrighty, folks. Just figured out that says LTP Street Stock Showdown. I apologize about that. That's not supposed to be there. But nonetheless, we are getting ready to go back green flag racing. The green flag is back out. Tanner Bethea, Braxton Deweese lead us down into turns 1 and 2. Also just realized that this says 5 flags. We'll get that fixed. There we go. How about that? So we are back underway, 60 laps to go. This is when the aggression level starts to go up. If it wasn't up already, these guys are really going to try and get their cars to the front of the racetrack. As right now, Tanner Bethea, one of 2 guys to have led the most laps in this race. Him and Blaze Brinkley have led a large number of laps here tonight. He's got a decent lead to Braxton Deweese. We look back at Mark Keedeman right now, running in the 9th spot, trying to move forward underneath Kyle Terzak in the 0-15. Terzak in the 15 going to hold Keedeman tight down low. What can Keedeman do? Trying to move that car forward. Strong run off the corner on the bottom side. As he works down into turns 3 and 4, Keedeman back up into the 8th spot. He now sets his sights on Chase Walls. But back up front, Tanner Bethea has got a mirror full of Braxton Deweese. Keedeman able to get by Walls in the 4 machine. The 2 of Keedeman came down pit road to get tires that last time by, and he's working his way through the field pretty quickly here. Underneath the 9 of Smith. He's now going to set his sights on Brandon Elvis. Keedeman really has a lot of pace there in the 2 machine. Running some pretty good lap times. Trying to get back up inside the top 5. He's in the 6th spot right now. Oh, and we've got another caution flag. Ken Zeems around in the 90 machine. Caution back out once again. We'll see if we can figure out what exactly happened to the 90 machine of Ken Zeems. Looked like down the back straightaway, he got up into the outside wall. In contact with the 66 of Robbie Taylor, sent him around. We'll see if we can get another view. Yeah, I don't know if there was any contact right there. Could have been netcode. Netcode's something we have to deal with here on iRacing. We'll get one more view of that from the 90 machine. You can kind of tell if there's rendered contact. I don't know if there was, but either way, the 90 of Ken Zeems is going to be going around. And he's going to have to use another fast repair to get the bumper back on that race car. So, folks, we are at the lap 150 mark. We're going to take another quick step away here on the WD Broadcasting Network. We'll be back in just one moment here, live from the Nashville Fairgrounds Speedway for the CATO Strong 200. Be back in just a moment. Alrighty, folks, we are back here on the WD Broadcasting Network. 16 caution flags now. Didn't have that one on your bingo card, I'm sure of that one. But nonetheless, Tanner Bethea and Braxton Nuis going to lead the field to the green. It is in the hands of the 112 machine, way up by the wall. We're back racing. Good start for the outside lane. Tanner Bethea going to jump to the early lead. Here comes Brandon Elvis in the 54 machine, trying to take over the second spot. Braxton Nuis in the 8 going to challenge that spot right there on the bottom side in turns 3 and 4, but leader right there across the stripe, Brandon Elvis, going to be scored in the second spot. Look at Mark Keatman taking over the 4th position from Jordan Corrin. Is the battle still on? Deweese not done fighting that 54 machine. I think Elvis got loose up off the corner that time, allowed Deweese back to the bottom side. 54 still loose up top, trying to keep that car pointed straight, but the tire's a little bit hot at this point in the run. He last came down pit road at lap 119. Braxton Deweese came down pit road at 107. Mark Keateman in the 2 machine recently came down pit road lap 135. He's been able to charge through this field, and he's back up into the 4th spot. He's going to peek to the outside of the 8 machine right now. Look at Mark Keateman to the outside of the 8 of Braxton Nuis. Keateman trying to move up into the 3rd spot. Big save. Chase Walls was all kind of sideways on the right side of the screen. Kept that car pointed in the right direction. Running in the 6th spot. Do not want to give up any positions right here at this point in the race. We are inside of 50 laps to go, and things are going to start heating up. We've got a battle for the 2nd spot brewing up pretty quickly here. The 2 machine of Keateman has been fast charging through this field. As back behind, battle for the 6th spot. Kyle Turzak underneath Chase Walls, going to take over that position. As we are approaching the lap 160 mark. Look at Mark Keatman to the inside of Brandon Elvis. While we were away, Keateman took a peek to the inside of Elvis right there. Elvis going to be able to get back in line and hang on to that 3rd spot, but look at Mark Keatman up into that 2nd position after coming down for tires at lap 135. And Elvis in the 54, a little bit older tires, might be starting to lose some of the grip in that race car. Right now, we are going to come back to 40 laps to go at the line. 160 laps in, 40 laps to go for Tanner Bethea, who currently leads this field. We're watching Blaze Brinkley right now battle with Chase Walls for the 7th spot. Up the racetrack a little bit of a door from Brinkley in the 11 machine. Does not have the time to fiddle with these guys and race side by side. No contact right there. Jordan Corrin in the 51 machine goes around, and the caution flag is going to come out as we've got a mess on the front straightaway. Turzak in the 15, I think, got into the back bumper right there, and Corrin was all kinds of sideways. We'll follow with the drone, try and get a little bit better of a replay right there. We'll rewind just a little bit. Here comes Turzak to the inside, and there is contact right there. And the 51 does go around. We'll get one more view just to make sure. This is on board with the 51 from behind right here. It looks like there wasn't actually contact. I think it was a netcode racing deal between the two. Unfortunate way for the 51 of Corrin to end a good run right there. He's going to have to go back through the field. But Turzak in the 3rd spot, unfortunately in the instance of a netcode racing deal, both drivers to the rear. So the 15 of Turzak going to lose that 15th spot, or sorry, 3rd spot. As the 15 of Terzak not willing to give that spot up too quickly. Mark Keedeman, your race leader, is under this last caution flag. Tanner Bethea comes down pit road to take tires. A lot of guys actually ended up taking tires as well. As we have 166 laps completed here at the Nashville Fairgrounds Speedway. We're going to send them back green flag racing, close to 30 laps to go. So it's going to be a shootout to the finish. The closest car on tires is in P6. Unfortunately, Kyle Terzak going to have to drop to the rear of the field after that previous incident. So that'll hand over the third spot to Blaze Brinkley in the 11 machine. We're going to have a 32-lap shootout to the finish. It's in the hands of Mark Keedeman and Brandon Elvis. These two battled for the second spot before the caution flag flew. Tanner Bethea on fresh tires in that fifth spot. We'll see what he can do in the 112 machine. But with 32 laps to go, we are back racing here at Nashville. A good start there on the top side by Mark Keedeman. He's going to have the lead into turns 1 and 2. Down into the corner, Blaze Brinkley, who's on a little bit fresher tires, going to try and take a peek to the inside. Ooh, the caution flag is back out. A huge mess in turns 3 and 4. Yet again, the big one strikes here at Nashville. We are under caution for the 18th time. 18 caution flags here this evening. And we'll try and figure out what happened. I think the 8 of Braxton Deweese got into the back bumper of the 15 of Joseph West off the corner. And Deweese stopped there as well. Yeah, there was contact. The 8 machine into the back bumper. And unfortunately, Deweese going to be going to the back after that one. We've got 170 laps to go here at the Nashville Fairgrounds Speedway. We're going to take a quick step away here one more time. Going to take a quick bathroom break before we send them back. Green flag racing. Hopefully we can finish this one under the green, but if not, we're going to see the restart game here in the CATO Strong 200. But nonetheless, we'll be back in just one moment on the WD Broadcasting Network. Alrighty, folks, we're back here on the WD Broadcasting Network. We are inside of 30 laps to go. We're going to be sending them back green with 27 to go. Still 17 people watching. 17 people going to watch the finish of the CATO Strong 200. Pace cars to the bottom side of the racetrack through the restart zone. Once again, we are back racing. A couple guys that time on pit road, or a couple times that caution elected to come down pit road. And here comes Tanner Bethea in the 112. Contact for the second spot. Brinkley around in the 11. Brandon Elvis is involved in the 54 machine. And Brinkley in the 11 machine. There was contact between Bethea and Brinkley. And that's going to put us under yellow once again. We'll see what exactly happened. Yeah, and there's contact right there between the two. We need to replay from a little bit earlier. We'll get a view of the restart right here. We'll try and go from the drone as we see the 112 down into the corner right here, pushing on the 11 machine. It looks like just up the racetrack he goes. The 11 of Brinkley going around. And the 112 of Tanner Bethea, unfortunately, going to be going to the back after that one. There was contact between the two up off the corner. We'll watch Blaze Brinkley's perspective in the 11. Behind him right here. There's contact going into the corner right there, and then just more up off the corner. And around he went. Nothing he could do right there in the 11 machine. So an unfortunate way to get shuffled to the back of the pack. We still have, I believe, 14 cars. Yeah, 14 cars still on the lead lap. $19 caution flags here this evening. We've got 24 laps to go. How many more caution flags will we see? Blaze Brinkley down pit road. The 54, Brandon Elvis, was down pit road. Got a faster pair on that 54 machine after the contact down the back straightaway. But Mark Keedeman, that is exactly what he wants to see, is these caution flags. The more laps he can run under yellow, the less he has to run under green on these worn out tires. Everybody behind him has fresher tires than him in the 2 machine. So the 2 at Keatman, what can he do to hold on to this one? As the field gets the 1 to go signal. It's going to be in the hands of Mark Keedeman in the 2 machine. He's going to have Robbie Taylor, winner of the heat race earlier this afternoon. It's Taylor on the outside, Keedeman on the bottom side. Pace car is off. 21 laps to go when we get back to the line through the restart zone. Once again, green flag is back out, and we are back underway. And the caution flag is already back out. Tanner Bethea, Brandon Elvis involved on the front straightaway. Not sure what happened there, but there was contact out back. Matt Zaccardo in the 60 machine into the outside wall on the restart right there. We'll get one more look at it from behind. Yeah, the 60 up into the wall. Try and look at it one more time from his perspective. See what exactly happened. Just, yeah, into the outside wall. That marks caution flag number 20. If anybody had that bingo card, let me know in the chat below. But we've still got 16 people watching, so thank you guys for tuning in. If you like what you're seeing as far as production goes and the environment here on the WD Broadcasting Network, make sure to leave a like and subscribe for more iRacing content. I like to think that it's a fun time, despite if there's a wreck fest like we're seeing right here. I know these guys are trying. It's obviously not intentional. But unfortunately, we're not seeing the best racing product that I'm sure a lot of people are used to seeing. Still, we've got 18 laps to go here. Mark Keteman is your leader, and like I said this last caution, this is exactly what that 2 machine wants to see. He wants to see these yellows because he's been pretty good on those restarts, and he's been able to keep that car out front and in charge. Field going to come through and go across the front straightaway right there. Not going to get the 1 to go signal just yet. Field still behind the iRacing.com pace car with the lights on. And one more time, we'll go ahead and talk about the LTP Super Series. And for the first time, I'll go ahead and talk about something that me and a couple of the other race officials have been talking about. We're going to have a couple theme nights, if you will. You've seen Throwback Week in a couple divisions. The All-Star Racing League has done Throwback Week before. You see Throwback Week in NASCAR, obviously. You see patriotic schemes in NASCAR during the Memorial Day weekend race, the Coke 600. So we're going to do some themed races here in the LTP Super Series. IRP is going to be Awareness Night, 75 laps there. Then a couple weeks later, Myrtle Beach going to be Throwback Night, that old, unfortunately now defunct racetrack. And then USA, January 22nd, going to be our Patriotic Night. But just a little bit of spice for these drivers to have a little bit of fun throughout the season. But nonetheless, 15 laps to go when we get back to the green here in the CATO Strong 200. It's Mark Keteman, Robbie Taylor leading us through the green once again. Keteman got a good launch on the outside lane, but down into turns 1 and 2. Robbie Taylor is right there on the bottom. Down the back straightaway. Ooh, big connection trouble right there. Connor Jones in the 88 machine. And another huge wreck into turns 3 and 4. Not sure what exactly happened, but the 21st caution flag. We saw a big blink on the back straightaway. Not sure what happened there. That might have been on my end. I do apologize, but the caution flag back out once again. We're going to go back over this replay to see what exactly happened down the back straightaway. We saw the 4 of Chase Walls sideways. The 88 of Connor Jones was also sideways. I think the 4 of Walls might have just came up the racetrack. Nowhere for Bethea or Brinkley to go in the 24. We'll get one more view of this one. This is on the green right here. We'll watch from the 4 machine of the 4 machine of Chase Walls. He's on the bottom side right here, off the corner. You see that blink, gets loose, and then up the racetrack he goes into the 9 of Smith. And unfortunately, that's going to be the end of Walls' night in the 4. But the 2 machine, Mark Keteman, up front. We've got 12 laps to go. Another caution flag and another chance for him to keep those tires cool in the 2. We've had so many caution flags this evening. And it's been about the restarts. And oftentimes this leader has been able to get away on the restarts, but I got a feeling if we get a couple laps under green, Mark Keteman's really going to have to work in that 2 machine to try and get that, or try and hold off that top spot. He last came down pit road on lap 135. So we've got 11 laps to go right here And the white flag going to come back out. We're going to send him back green, single file. And I don't know what to think if you're Mark Keatman fans. Could be a little bit of trouble for him getting away on this restart. He's going to have everybody lined up behind him rather than stacked up. So they're all going to be able to time it the same way. We'll see if Robbie Taylor is able to time it. I think he has better tires. He was last down pit road, lap 163. We'll see what everybody's got as we're going to send them back to green for a 10-lap shootout through the restart zone. Back underway we are. Mark Keatman in the 2 gets a good launch. Robbie Taylor not going to have anything for him there on that initial start, but here comes Kyle Terzak wasting no time in the 15. He's going to take over the 3rd spot. Terzak down low, trying to take over the 3rd spot. Zeem's up top, trying to hold it. Looks like the 15 will get clear up off the corner out behind. Joseph West around in the 15. I think we're going to be able to keep it green, though, and the yellow flag flies. As the caution flag comes back out. And Joseph West in the 15 goes around. We'll see what exactly happened. I think Bethea got into the back bumper of him right there pretty good. Not sure what exactly happened there. With the caution flag back out. Mark Keatman up front, still your race leader. He's going to have 6 laps to go this time by. A lot of caution flags. We're winding it down here, folks. Kyle Terzak, Mark Keatman going to bring us back to the green. We're going to have 5 laps to settle this one. 22 caution flags. As Keatman's going to elect to choose that bottom side. And it'll be Keatman and Terzak through the restart zone. Final time right here. Green flag is back out. Good start for the 2 with Keatman down on the bottom side. He's going to be able to get in front of Kyle Terzak, and the caution flag comes out behind him. Not even sure what exactly happened right there. It looked like there was a stack up on the front stretch. I think the 112 machine might have just not seen that they were stacking up right there. We'll look at it one more time. And we'll try and go on board with the 112 right here. Yeah, just into the back bumper of the 11. Oh, and the caution flag is back out. Did not see that we were back underway. They did a quick yellow right there. Not sure what happened. Missed the green flag, but we went back under caution. We'll watch that restart back as we were trying to sort out that pass restart. And looked like the 88 of Connor Jones, unfortunately, I think turned around the 2 of Mark Keedeman right there. And we'll see what exactly happened. One more time, we'll watch from the 88 of Connor Jones. It looked like he just got into it a little bit earlier. We'll go on board, try and get the best view we can. Yeah, I think he just got into it a little bit early. And the caution is back out. The field getting ready to receive the 1 to go signal. Is the field going to get the 1 to go signal right here? It'll be Mark Keedeman and Kyle Terzak bringing us back to the green. We're going to have a green-white checkered finish. Past the scheduled 200 laps, we are at 201 laps. Let's see if we can get these final 2 under green. And the pace car pulls to the bottom side of the racetrack. It'll be Mark Keedeman and Kyle Terzak through the restart zone. Final time. Green flag is back out. We're back underway. Into turns 1 and 2. It's Mark Keedeman and Kyle Terzak. Braxton Deweese thought about it on the inside of the racetrack. They're wrecking out behind. Once again, Connor Jones and the 54, Brandon Elvis, turned around the wrong way. And the caution flag is back out once again. Here's the view into turns 1 and 2. I think the 54 machine of Elvis might have gotten into the 90 of Zeems. As we'll look right here, watch it back in slow-mo. I think he just got into him and overcorrected up the racetrack. And unfortunately, nothing he could do. We've got 5 cars on the lead lap. Sorry, 7 cars on the lead lap. But still, Mark Keedeman is your race leader. Terzak did not get by him on that restart. We are set back up for another green-white checkered finish. As the field gets the 1 to go signal, we'll see if we can wrap it up right here. We've got 2 laps to go, a green-white checkered ahead of us. And it's in the hands, once again, of Mark Keedeman and Kyle Terzak. Down the back straightaway and into turns 3 and 4 they go. This could be the final restart of the CATO Strong 200. as they work their way into turns 3 and 4 through the restart zone one more time. Green is back out, and we're back underway. 2 more laps to go. Keatman down into turns 1 and 2. Can he defend? Turzak down the back straightaway, a little bit sideways. He gets loose. He's going to lose a couple car lengths to the 2 machine through turns 3 and 4. White flag is out. 1 more lap to go. 1 to go for Mark Keatman. Can he hold on? Final time through turns 1 and 2. Keatman across the bumps right there, smoothly in down the back straightaway. 3 car lengths separating. Big send on the inside. Kyle Turzak up the racetrack. Contact between the 2, and it's going to be Braxton DeWeese winning here at Nashville. And Turzak boots the number 2 machine of Mark Keatman. And Turzak, unfortunately, going to be disqualified after that one. Race control, not happy with the way that that one ended. Mark Keatman loses it in that final corner. As you see right there, your field. Mark Keatman in the 2 machine might be getting scored and awarded the winner. We'll see what the race officials other than me have to say about the finish of that one. We're still waiting on a final word from our from our admins on who the winner is. But Nick Smith coming home in the 3rd spot in the 9 machine. Braxton DeWeese, I think, is going to be coming home 2nd. We're still awaiting the word. Admins are talking right now. But let's go ahead and look at that final corner right there. Into turns 3 and 4. Down the back straightaway they went. And into turns 3 and 4, you see the 15 lunge from a couple car lengths back. And just big time contact there. Keatman obviously no idea. And folks, it looks like the number 2 machine of Mark Keatman will be your winner as he crossed the line as the leader coming to the white, and he had the clear victory before the contact from the 15 of Turzak. And we are going to grab a word from our top 3 finishers, starting with the man that started in the 9th spot, or sorry, in the 12th spot here tonight. See if we can't grab a word from Nick Smith. But we're going to start with our winner instead, since Mark Keatman is in the voice chat and is ready to go. Mark Keatman up in the voice chat. You got a copy?
Yes, sir.
Alrighty, well, an eventful 200 laps. At the end of it, you have been called the winner after the contact with you and Kyle Terzak into turns 3 and 4. You were deemed the race winner, and you will pick up the victory in the CATO Strong 200. Mark, how do you feel?
I don't really know how to feel at the moment. There's a little bit of happiness, and there's probably more anger on the other side of it because we just couldn't do it the right way. But I mean, it was kind of a rough race altogether. I don't know how many times I had to come from the back all the way up to the front just to do it all over again. But overall, I guess it was kind of fun. I had a good time, I guess.
Yeah, it looked like a fun time. You were texting me under the caution flag trying to talk out a strategy. Obviously, did not go out the way that you expected there at the end. Still going to pick up the victory. Still going to be the winner here in the CATO Strong 200. But you were lucky to get those caution flags and be able to hold on to that race lead. Obviously, you texted me a couple times and said, "Ooh, if we go green, it could be a little bit ugly. The tires are not very good on this car."
Yeah, I mean, me and Robbie Taylor got into some contact there off of turn 2, and I'm not sure what lap it was, but that was the last time I pitted, and I was really driving my ass off to try and come back up through the field because I was determined not to have to go to the back again. So I probably used up my stuff pretty hard there coming back through the field, but those cautions were my saving grace, able to keep the tires cool for as long as possible.
Yeah, definitely. Those restarts definitely helped you out there big time and keeping those tires cool, and didn't have to pressure too much until obviously that final restart where you guys had that little deal. But we'll move past that. We'll get further on in the interview. Who do you have to thank, Mark, for a victory like this and a race like this?
K Cars, Race Cars, RKM Setup Shop, Coleman Designs, you for putting this broadcast on, everybody who set the race up and put the money up towards the race. I don't really know a lot of those guys, but I want to say thank you to them for putting this on. I think if we could just clean it up a little bit, I think it'll be a really fun race to keep doing in the future. So I always love coming to Nashville. I always love racing these long races. So I had a lot of fun. Just thank you. Shout out to everybody that watched. Everybody that cheered this whole team on. And like I said, thanks to everybody, you and everybody that puts this thing on for us.
Alrighty, well, congratulations to you, Mark, on your victory here in the CATO Strong 200 here tonight. We wish you luck in any further competition, and I know we'll see you back here on the WD Broadcasting Network. So you enjoy the rest of your night. Thanks for talking to us. And yeah, have a good rest of your night.
Absolutely. We'll talk a little bit later on. Winston, have a good one.
Alrighty. Folks, that was your winner, Mark Keteman, in the number 2 machine. Now we'll talk to our second place finisher, Braxton Deweese. See if we can't get him up into the voice chat. Braxton Deweese up in the voice chat. You got a copy?
Yes, sir.
Alrighty. Well, came home in the second spot after there was a little bit of change in scoring there. Looked like you were going to be the victor. The race control elected to give that one to Mark Keteman after the contact in the final corner. Still a good run for you here in the 8 machine. How do you feel?
Just happy to be able to be talking to you in second place and to be able to survive at the end of this. Granted, we had 5 fast pairs. It was, as everybody's seen, it was a wild one. So, I totally agree with the call to give the win back to Mark there. He was leading, the whole bunch. I don't even know how many laps. It was a bunch of laps there just because all the cautions. So, he was in the lead and he was going to get that, and he was going to get that on that last restart as well, even with all the cautions. And unfortunately, that unfolded in 3 and 4. And it is what it is. I was like, there's no way it could be an official. That's why I didn't start doing burnouts. And even if it was official, I wasn't going to do a burnout because you don't want to win them like that. And just to celebrate after winning like that's kind of pathetic in my opinion too. So big shout out to Mark for being able to get it done. He's got a big race coming up here soon. I believe it's next month. That's coming up pretty soon, obviously. I believe it's like 250 laps at Concord, so that's going to be pretty cool, pretty interesting. But all in all, just about tonight, just like I said, happy to be here in second and talking to you.
Yeah, definitely a good run, and like you said, didn't want to win it that way. I agree. I'm in the same boat. I'd rather finish second than come across the line in first that way, but nonetheless, sometimes you'll have that, and still a great run though for this number 8 machine. One of the first races I've called for you in quite a while, so it's glad to have you back up here on the WD Broadcasting Network. Who do you have to thank that helped get this 8 machine onto the podium here tonight?
Yes, sir. I got to give a big shout out to Interstate Ford on the car, as well as Allen's Arts Images, Spin and Publical, Jane's on Main, Deweese Renovations, Booth 34 Diecast, and Roberts Photography, Blaze Designs, as well as Evan Pineda Designs, Bulldog Coffee Company. You can use Brax 5 for 10% off over there. I appreciate everybody that tuned into the broadcast to watch that so-called race, and everybody that tuned into my live stream as well. And I'm happy that you're able to call a race again, and I was happy that I'm able to run on a race that you were calling. So I've obviously been texting you back and forth a little bit here recently about joining the Super Series. I saw that was promoted earlier before the race, so we'll be able to do the last 6 races of that, like I said to you. But anybody else is watching and whatnot, we'll be racing in that. So looking forward to racing in that in your league, and I've heard a lot of good things about it, and I'm really looking forward to it. Racing in the time that I'm there, but like I said, I'm just looking forward to it. Thank you.
Yeah, going to be a fun one. I actually sent you the schedule. Those last 6 races, it starts at Nashville Fairgrounds. What of those last 6, obviously you said you can only make those, what one would be the one that you have circled that you're most excited for, you feel like you got the most chance of having a good run at?
Well, obviously being able to, our first race starting at Nashville Fairgrounds, hopefully we can have a pretty good run. I felt like we had some pretty good pace tonight. Just everything was just so kabobbled and couldn't really tell who had the best pace throughout a whole long run. So we'll be looking forward to that for the Twin 50s. But I see that Oswego's on there for the third to last race, and I personally haven't ran super late models there. I think it might be a little hard to pass, but it's going to be a barn burner. It's going to be a pretty good one, pretty exciting. So I'll be looking forward to that one. But the most I'll be looking forward to, probably out of the ones I'm looking at, I'll probably say USA, just because the last race I've done there, we did pretty good, and I like that track. It's pretty flowy.
Yeah, that is actually one of my favorite tracks. I haven't put it on a league schedule in quite some time, and I haven't called it in quite some time, so it's going to be fun to go back there. Oswego, you mentioned as well. I had a little bit of skepticism when I first put that on the schedule, but Super Late Models and Officials went there a couple weeks ago, tested it out, ended up getting the victory, so that might have been a little bit of the bias of it being on the schedule, but there was actually some pretty good racing, and that's going to be an exciting way to kind of close out our season. 3 races to go. But nonetheless, Braxton, congratulations to you on a great second place finish here tonight. Just shy of the victory, maybe a couple more laps, a couple more restarts. You could have had more of a shot there. But nonetheless, we look forward to seeing you and Leave the Pack. And thanks for talking to us here tonight.
I appreciate it, Winston. You have a great rest of your day and the weekend of what we have left, and hopefully we see you soon.
Yes, sir. We'll see you. Alrighty, folks. That was Braxton Deweese, your second place finisher. We'll get the final results up on screen. Results up on screen right there. It does say Braxton Deweese was your winner. Unfortunately, my timing and scoring is not quite correct. Mark Keedeman is your winner in the number 2 machine. Then Braxton Deweese, Nick Smith, who we did not get to hear from, unfortunately, couldn't get a hold of him post-race. Then it's Joseph West, Ken Zeems, Connor Jones, Brandon Elvis, Bryson Brinkley, Blaze Brinkley, Tanner Bethay, Matt Zaccardo, Jordan Corrin, Jeremiah Woods Jr., Drew Chance, Christopher Aiken, Robbie Taylor, Chase Walls rounding out your field. So I think that's going to wrap it up for us here tonight on the WD Broadcasting Network. I appreciate everybody that's stuck with us through this point. And I hope to see you guys back. If you like what you saw, had a fun time, make sure to subscribe for more content here on the WD Broadcasting Network. But nonetheless, I think that's going to do it for us here tonight. So we'll see you guys next time. See you guys right here for Season 2 of Leave the Pack. But yeah, I'm your host, Winston Deal, signing it off from the Nashville Fairgrounds Speedway. Peace out.